What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bob's Garage, and today I finally received a replacement car part that I've been looking for over a year now. What this is a clock spring that goes inside the steering wheel of my Tiptronic S4. And the reason why this specific part is so rare or harder to find is because my car is Tiptronic. So this Tiptronic clock spring has one extra set of electrical connections, which facilitates the use of the steering wheel buttons. If you don't know, the Tiptronic S4s have these buttons that allow you to shift the car right from the steering wheel. And as you can see down there, I have a airbag light on, and that's been on since I worked on the car in, I want to say it was December of 2014 when I replaced the heater core. So I didn't realize it, but when I took the steering wheel off, I was playing with the little mount that the steering wheel was on. And as I was playing with it, I was like, oh, I can, as I rotated around the little mount, you could feel like there was little individual clicks. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like a stepper motor. Cool. So I was spinning around, playing with it. Well, these clock springs are very fragile to the point where they can only be rotated around, I want to say no more than 360 degrees. So if you rotate this clock spring around basically more than twice or 2 revolutions, you're going to break the internal circuitry or mechanism. Most likely the actual clock spring. So for those of you that don't know, a clock spring is what allows the electrical connections to pass through from your steering wheel to the steering column. So that allows you to spin your steering wheel, but then still have electrical connections. So this clock spring here, this part here, controls not only the airbag, but the steering wheel buttons and the horn. So I've had none of those for a little over a year now. So I'm really excited to get this. And originally I bought this, or I was going to get one of these from Britton Price. And he was helping me out. He was parting out a Tiptronic car. And let me tell you guys how bad I've been wanting one of these. So as you guys probably know, a lot of Tiptronic owners convert their cars over to manual, and I've even offered to buy a manual clock spring for one of those, or for any of those people, and then in trade or for swap for their Tiptronic clock spring, just because of all that. So like a manual one new is, let's say, like 60 or 80 bucks new. And you can just buy them from like AutoZone or something. No one has a Tiptronic one, so the Tiptronic ones are a lot more money. And so I was gonna get one from Britton, and he messaged me saying that he broke his trying to remove it, but he was awesome enough that he was able to track down another one for me for the same price that he offered up his. And thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So this is I don't know when I'm going to have time to work on this. I'm hoping either tonight, tomorrow night, or this weekend. But I'm going to dismantle the steering wheel. There's not a lot of, I don't think there's any videos on how to remove a clock spring. So I guess I'll be making a video on how to do that, in case anyone needs to know how to do that or wants to look that up in the future. And yeah, so the person that removed this clock spring knew how fragile they are because they zip tied this in 2 separate places to keep it from spinning or rotating during shipment. So that was really awesome of them. And there's a lot of electronics in here. There's 1 connector here and 2 more connectors here and here. So there's just a little bit of everything in here. But I'm really excited about this. So stay tuned for more. This is something I need to get up and running as soon as possible. It is winter here in Chicagoland, so it would be nice to have an airbag, but it's been a mild winter, so we haven't had much snow. Quattro is ridiculous, so let's be honest, like, yeah. But yeah, so stay tuned for more. I'll teach you about this Clockspring. I was gonna test this, but I need to track down my multimeter. And to basically test it, you just put you put your leads on either side to make sure these electrical connections pass through the Clockspring. And so I had bought two other Clocksprings that were for manual cars, and I tested them, and one of them was good, one of them wasn't. So I was thinking, you know what, if I can't find a Tiptronic one, I was going to take them apart and try to cobble one working one together somehow, some way. So I'm hoping this one's good, there's no issues, and yeah, so stay tuned for more. See ya.